about you. I've been dreaming about you. I've been talking about you. I'm on the story.
The first album, you can see I'm smiling. On the second one, this is the second EP. The first one, when I did the first one, I was very angry at the world. I was concerned about where are we going as a people. Things were really tough in life for me at that point. But now came this one, Love Stories.
In come the musical thinker, Jamaica to South Africa. Freaky Chris Hart.
Most people don't believe when I tell them that I got this name in church.
Really?
It has no sexual connotation to it. My surname is Africa. So now what happened is, my mom's friends realize my mom's African. I'm the small African, like Freaky, type thing. It wasn't, So that's how it came about. So it stuck with me. Everyone calls me Freaky. Freaky is a young man who's always loved music his whole life. I guess I only realized, as a teenager, 15, 14, that's what I wanted to do. And I pursued it. Learned how to play the bass age 17, played in church, polished my craft until I met up with a band called Tabeta.
How do you shout? Yes, the collector on the phone. Get a bigger train, I'm not alone.
I've always been drawn to reggae. I got introduced to reggae, I'm not sure when, but I just love how the groove and the rhythms went. Like, it spoke to me. The effects used on instruments, and I just loved that until I got introduced to reggae with lyrics. It was just tipping of the iceberg, you know what I mean? Like a cherry on the cake. I could relate with the peaceful nature of the lyrics and the love movement that they actually wanted to push the people who started doing this whole reggae thing. It was something really positive and something that expelled violence and all this other stuff in music, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm an athletic kind of guy, so I don't fight. So I got easily drawn to that. People who are peaceful and people who are not materialistic, but rather spiritual in a way. So that's why I fell in love with reggae. I've always loved reggae, even while I was playing at church and while I was playing with Hijab Page. I knew that I've always wanted to do reggae. Okay. It's just that I got drawn to other sounds, which in a way enhanced or actually grew me as a musician. Yeah, being able to be versatile and do other sounds. Reggae has always been my first love.
Nothing for me in the streets.
While recording these songs, I couldn't come up with a distinctive title to what I do. But as I go on and perform these songs, radio station, and come up with titles like Afro Soul, Afro Reggae Soul, and now they just keep coming. I don't give myself these titles; they just keep coming. Like yesterday, did an interview with some lady, and she dubbed it Soul Reggae. You know what I mean? So I guess it's just up how you get, you know what I mean?
Okay, alright.
I work with my boy Chris Hart. He's in Jamaica, but he works in LA. So he did most of the mastering and the mixing, and also in production. He helped out in production and arranging the songs. And I also worked with a lady, she was with her name, Sexy Spacious. She loved the song that we sent her, voiced it. The song titled Near Me. And I also worked with CShae on Backings. She's also in Jamaica. Worked with oMnyama, who collaborated with Patexx for the song titled Me. And I worked with my boy Maboneng. Been working with him for years now. He also did some work on production on the first EP that we put out. So this one, Love Stories, is also on about 4 tracks. on production. We grew together musically. So yeah, it's a nice mix of international musicians. It has more to do with them liking what I do. Like even the songs that I do with SZA and New Time, I didn't necessarily approach them, but they heard what I do and they wanted to collaborate. So now I just want to keep that relationship because that's where reggae comes from. You know what I mean?
So fine, little girl and little boy on that trampoline, please.
Sibongile is the first single that we're putting out on this project. Yeah, so we shot Sibongile here around Maboneng Precinct. And it's doing well. I think we got 40,000 views in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Kipatela musali wale repe akekebe anchadi dete sikili boni uba ulewete wamuferea kiuka paka selete kipatela musali wale bujo.
The first project I worked on was Influences with the band 2. I led them as a vocalist for about 2 years, and I think hadn't it been of that project, and then I recorded the project, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I think each and every project that I do is a step towards something bigger. So I always want to put out works, and I'm getting what I want from like putting out music and recording it and submitting it for bigger things like the Summers and the Metros.
Your hands to the roof, baby, touch the ceiling.
I'm going up.
At some point, as a solo artist, not a solo artist as such, but someone independent, you are not being taken serious. Like, nobody takes you seriously. You can't record your music, perform your music, and submit it to radio stations or broadcasting houses. You know what I mean? So it's building a team, sharing the load will get you further, I believe.
Polka dotted dresses, tickling the tummies. No.
Each and every project that I work on is planned. We don't just record. You know what I mean? So we have me doing me, maybe 50%, and me doing, you know what I mean? So yeah.
So it's all in the planning.
We come up with the title before we even record the songs, and we come up with the direction of where do we take it, and how do we want to put it out, and how do we want it to be received, and who should receive it, because it's all about appealing to a broader, audience. So now, different cultural beliefs.
Down in my hood. Don't look for me.
One person who has broken rules and actually made something new out of a particular genre is Best. I think he's a trendsetter, and I would love to work with him.
In the city.